This is the Nightwolf howling at you, and today we're going to take a look at something a little different on this channel. We're going to take a look at a couple of Playmobil figure packs for Miraculous, the Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. Now, I am a fan. If you've looked at my Instagram, you'll see a lot of the early stuff was all Miraculous related. And like the majority of fans, we are aware of how terrible the show actually is. That maybe 20% of episodes are really good, about 40% are okay, and another 40% are utter trash. But hey, at least we can admit it. There are people who cannot admit that the stuff that they enjoy sucks. So, on the back of the boxes, we have Cat Noir, Adrien, Marinette, and Ladybug. That's oddly coincidental that they line up like that on the back when you have them side by side, too. And let's be honest, Playmobil may be the first action figures that most kids play with, being that they are meant for 4 to 10-year-olds, which puts it about the right mentality for me. So let's go ahead and start with Ladybug and Marinette. Inside, we get the little instructional manual, I guess, maybe? Or it's just, okay, there we go. So we see all the little things that she comes with, and it appears that we do actually have to assemble some items here. She also comes with a bracelet with little attachments for the medallions, I guess we could call them, that come with this. And when we look at the other side here, we do see the two play sets being Marinette's Loft and the Fashion Show. On the plus side, even though it showed the little hair ties having to be put on, they come pre-on, because I wasn't really looking forward to trying to do that. Oh wow. So, as mentioned before, we do have to put the yo-yo together. Which looks like it might be harder than I thought with my fat fingers. Alright, so we take there is a bigger end and a smaller end on the little rubbery wire thing. This would be for the handle. So this little part needs to go inside this teeny tiny little half slot. Then we need to try to place this on top of that. And we squish it down nice and good. So we have made her yo-yo. We have Tiki with a hole in her butt, but that is made to go on a stand that we put together. And it's too bad this isn't a little bit more clear, but now we get to impale the Kwami like so. Marinette's purse also has like the rubber, but as you can see, it's got those two little, I guess we'll put them balls that fit into two holes back there, and even though the instructions did show us having to put it together, we don't actually have to do that. We also have the little medallion thingy for her. And it comes with this little bracelet, which obviously isn't going to fit against or around my wrist, and probably not the wrist of adults. But you can clip the medallion onto the bracelet. Wow. you can clip the medallion onto the bracelet like so. So you can actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 medallions on your Miraculous bracelet from Playmobil. I'm honestly kind of surprised though that they didn't make this as an elastic band. But now let's take a good look at first Ladybug here. The face sculpt, or in this case face paint, is pretty much what you would expect from Playmobil. And let's look at the articulation, which is of course a head spin. Unfortunately, it is a really loose neck joint. I don't like that. I would rather have it be a little bit stronger so that you could, like, it's limited posing anyway, but you still don't want to just like sliding all over the place, you know? And of course, Playmobil has limited articulation on the arms, which can go spin around, and that is all it can do. And leg articulation on a Playmobil figure is that both legs are one item and just like fused together so that they both move at the same time. And even though it looks like there's a cut here, and there is not actually a waist joint there, so you cannot spin her at the waist, which is kind of a shame. If they were going to go this far anyway, they should have just given us a waist joint. Surprisingly, the Playmobil figures do have, at least on the female, a hint of boob. Not much, but it's there. Of course, that brings us to Marinette. Again, head sculpt is the same. It's just the deco on it that would be different. And it looks pretty good for a Playmobil figure. I'm also impressed that they got the little detail here of the little flower pattern that's on her shirt. Also with her shirt, there is a slight, or shirt and jacket, which are one piece. There is a slight rise to it here, so that when you do go to pose her legs, it can be moved all the way down, whereupon you would get interference if it was the same length all the way around. And there is a good snap in her legs. There wasn't really one in Ladybug though. And like Ladybug, of course, she's got the arm that spins around and the head that spins around. Her neck joint is a little stiffer than Ladybug's. If we want to have her wear her purse, we can actually literally just go ahead and have it stretch out the rubber to put it on. Tiki, however, cannot fit in the purse. And Ladybug, of course, can hold on to her yo-yo. Ah, and then the head spins around again. And she just took Marinette out. It does not appear as if the yo-yo, though, is designed to be able to wrap around her and worn on the side like you often see in Marinette in Ladybug figures. But that be that. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Adrien and Cat Noir one. So, like the Marinette one, there is a stand for Plag. I guess I didn't actually show a close-up of Tiki, did I? And like Tiki, he has a hole in his butt that you can just stab his stand into. So he can be floating there. His medallion, of course, is the claw print that you see on his ring. And his bracelet is all black. Again, no elastics. And you can put this medallion on there. However, as mentioned before, you can put multiple medallions on the bracelet. Articulation-wise, it's the same. His head, however, does not want to do a 360. Wait a minute. Marinette did a 360. Ladybug did a 360. Cat Noir does not do a 360. There is something blocking it. I could probably push it all the way around, but that might damage whatever mechanism is inside there. Adrien also has that mechanism. So why doesn't Ladybug and Marinette have it? Is it a difference between the male and female figures? Head sculpt on Cat Noir. His eyes are painted green and yellow. His bell is just painted on there. And he does not have any boobs. His belt is a separate piece in this case. And we could take it off like, oh shit. His tail is a separate piece from the belt also. Because it looks like the belt is not meant to actually come off of him. I'm sure we could force it off if we wanted, but let's not do that. Surprisingly, and I don't know if this is going to come in, the belt does actually show the little, or the tail shows the little belt holes for, putting it on. Also, he does have these little wrist gauntlet parts, which, if you watch the show, he does have the little fringe on his. Oh, hey, we have additional articulation I didn't notice earlier. The wrist actually spins. I did not know Playmobil actually did that in modern era. I mean, I had Playmobil when I was a kid, and I don't remember them ever having that much articulation. And of course, there's no waist spin or even a hint of one like there was with the Ladybug one. And he has his staff that he can hold. And Adrien did not come with an instruction booklet. He came with this little paper guide thing here, which Marinette did not come with, but he has no instructions. So that's kind of weird. But anyway, I think that will conclude our look at the Miraculous Ladybug Playmobil figures. It was just kind of a goofy thing I decided to get. I have picked up some of the licensed Playmobil figures previously. I just haven't opened them because I've got both versions of the Ecto 1. I've got the A-Team van. I've got the DeLorean from Back to the Future. And I would like to get the kit from Knight Rider. I would love to get the USS Enterprise, but that's a little rich for my blood. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed a look at this. It's a little something different I wanted to take a look at because I kind of do like the Playmobil figures. So why not? Peace and love.